Oh, oh man. So we were talking about how your perception of a situation can change your whole opinion of anything, right? And we were talking about like reviewing products.
Yes.
So I had him pull up an apartment complex I used to live at here in Houston, and it's not a bad apartment complex at all. It's just an apartment. You know, there's good, there's bad, but then you look and there's 5-star reviews and 1-star reviews, and when you dive deeper into the lowest reviews, they are truly like horribly personal, like specifically personal experiences, and it's just like this one right here. Worst experience ever. After management changed last year, the living here became really unpleasant. Management did literally nothing to support during the residents during the recent winter storm when the complex didn't have power and water for 5 days. They act all nice to you until you sign the contract. After that, they don't care at all. Can't wait for the end of the lease. I picked this review because I happened to be living there during the winter storm here in Houston a couple years ago, and management had nothing to do with the winter storm because it was a winter storm and knocked out power all over Houston. People were without water for days. I mean, without water and power for days, citywide.
Yes.
So there's literally nothing that management could have done. And I'm not, because I'm not credit, because I've had my experiences with management, but I'm not. But I'm not like, I'm just trying to say like this review shouldn't even have been on here to drag the rating down. You know what I mean? This is an extremely personal situation, and this person, I'm assuming it's a he. Just by my assumption, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. We're gonna blur the name out anyway. This person's whole experience was shaped by one incident, and that's when they decided to write. Because there's no more reviews. There's no positive reviews of their best days. They literally chose their worst day in the worst moment, and actually one of the worst moments in the city of that year. Besides pandemic and stuff. And so that was a random 1-star review. And let's pick let's go to pick a relevant. Go to I guess highest rating, or go to most relevant. And scroll down to anything from a year ago. Like, I'm just looking at all the, when you go most relevant, you
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Alan is great. He's the best. He gave us a tour around the building, the apartment we wanted to rent, which was great. He was patient and informative. I wish all leasing consultants were as nice and helpful as he is. Okay, that's 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
How can you truly review a place that you haven't even lived in yet? You can't. So you're reviewing the staff, not the apartments, right? You're reviewing your interaction with one particular person. But this review is not relevant as a whole to the entire living experience. You know what I mean? Like, at all. Like, I've lived there. I haven't been here for this new particular set of management people, but almost every person that's going to give you an apartment tour, the job is to be pleasant. You know what I mean?
There was one bad review on an apartment.
Yeah.
Was talking about that there was a raccoon in the attic.
Yeah. I mean, that's extremely personal. But what you don't ever see is like for me, I would give this apartment between 3.5 and 4 stars, and it's a completely the review is based on security with the gate situation. It's based on parking situation. It's based on maintenance response time. Sometimes they were great, sometimes they were slow. And sometimes they just had no idea what they were doing because it was a complex issue. But I won't ever base a review on the personality of the staff unless it's constant interaction. If I've been with you every week and you're never pleasant, okay, then you've got a bad staff.
Yeah, and staff is ever changing. As long as the place is owned by the company,
it's just like you may be having a bad day when you interact with somebody, and they may be having a bad day also, because we forget that people are human also outside of ourselves.
Yes.
And it's just like, damn, man, this place sucks because this person was mean. Nah, their dog could have just died, and they came to work to thug it out, and you come down there talking about you need to replace my air filter, or I'm gonna talk to your boss. I mean, there's just, you don't know. So If you it's so hard to read a review. This apartment is a 4 points. That's about what I would give it. Like I said, about a 3.5, 4 stars for location and everything like that. If we're just talking physically speaking, location, amenities around, not really walkability scope, but it's a pretty decent place.
Yeah.
It's not a 5 at all, but it's damn for sure not a 1. It's not even a 2 or a 3. Like, I would go back and live there right now if I needed to work in that same area. That would be the place I would go to. I would actually recommend this particular place to people, because if you don't have it, if you don't have to deal with management, then management is never an issue.
Yes.
Right? If you don't have to deal with maintenance, then maintenance is never an issue. So I kind of keep those at the side. But I would also say that they're not employing an HVAC guy. They're routine maintenance workers. It's an apartment complex. This guy will paint the walls. He will do your HVAC. He will fix your toilet. He's just a handyman.
Yes. At
all times. So I just wanted to just come on here because we do our light and sound checks before we do our readings, and just kind of say, the best review is the one you make for yourself and it's unbiased. So just don't stare at reviews before you buy a product or before you live somewhere. Actually take the time to get a feel of something and then rate it yourself. And that was good. Rate it yourself is where we're going to end it.